Hey there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and a new card making video. Today I have a super fun card. It's a Slimline Z-fold card that hides a gift card, and I am featuring this stamp set, Deck the Farm from Trinity Stamps. Such a cute gnome and his tractor pulling a little trailer with Christmas tree and presents in tow. It's very cute. I am stamping this out with some Memento black ink on white paper because I'm going to Copic color. I love coloring with markers. I just love it. So we are going to do that, starting out with R39 as my darkest color, laying in the shadows on the hat. Now, I love coloring gnomes mostly because of the hat. I don't know why. I think they're fun to color, especially like once I kind of learned how I like them to look. So I'm coming in now with my mid-tone marker and I'm creating a center highlight. So the edges are darker, the center is lighter, and my lightest color is R17. I use this marker a lot. I use reds a lot in general. All right, so there's all the things colored red, same markers, and now I have just Y17 and Y28 to create some gold on my card. Next, I have YG03 and YG67 that I'm using to color the tractor. I really wanted my tractor to be a different color green than my tree, so I went with brighter colors here, and 2 markers is perfect because the little shapes that make up the tractor are really small images, and so it worked well to just have the 2 colors. Pretty fun to color this image, not too hard. The big image is the beard, and beards are really easy. So now let's do the tree. I have my darkest color. I'm laying in shadows like underneath the branches, underneath the little ornaments, and this color is G28, I believe. I showed the markers right there at the beginning, and then I'm just working my way towards my lightest color. So I have my mid-tone. I'm just making that shadow area bigger and then filling in the rest with my lightest color. Now there are some feather looking things on this tree. I don't know if they're feathers or not. Tell me what you think. All right, now for my tires, I am using gray markers. C8 is my darkest, and then I work my way towards my lightest color. I didn't want these to be just solid black. I like to have shadowing and grays when I'm coloring things black. And between the time I colored this and the time I was like done with the card, I did add a little bit more shadow to the tire, so it was a little bit darker. For the beard, the easy part, right? You just take a really light marker like C2 that I'm putting in here, add in some really sketchy like strokes that look like beard hairs, definition to the beard, and then kind of blend them out with a lighter gray, and that is C0. All right, now for the little trailer, I am using some brown markers, E59 as my darkest, so putting in those shadows where I want the darkest parts to be, and some little free-form sketchy lines to give this even more of like a wood grain type look. You can really play into this with some dark markers. I go over the top so they become really light, but I like the shadow that it gives it and makes it look a little bit more wood grain. Okay, let's color his wee little face. I tried some like E04 for the cheeks. It didn't give the rosy look that I really wanted, but I tried. So there's his little cute rosy cheeks and the finished coloring right there. I also added some white gel pen highlights because I love doing that. It just adds an extra element of dimension, like shine, and especially in this case where I'm creating kind of a snowy scene. I die cut that out with the coordinating die and an extra piece because part of this image is going to show on my card. So I wanted to cover up the back so that my Copic coloring wouldn't show, plus it's going to make it a little bit more sturdy. For the card itself, I have a piece that's 8 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then 8 1/2 by 3 1/4. I scored it at 4 1/8 and at 8 1/4. That's giving me that tiny little flap that can wrap around my other panel and give me that Z fold effect. Like that. Okay, now I have some speckled egg distress oxide ink that I'm using to create the sky for my snowy scene, and it's very, very simple. I'm just covering it with this color. I don't care if there's splotchiness, dark parts, light parts. That's what a sky looks like, and especially a snowy sky. I'm doing that to both panels, but I have that little strip, that 1/4 of an inch strip on my right hand side. That way I know I have the side that I need inked showing. I am splattering that with water, getting those distress marks, which is my favorite. And then we're going to add snow. So I want to dry this first so it's like ready to accept the next medium, which is Sparkle Silk. This is from the Spellbinder shop, and I'm just splattering that all over. And then I want to let that dry a little bit too, because then I'm coming in with some white acrylic paint. I loosened it up with a little bit of water so it just splatters better, and then I'll, splatter that all over. I'm putting this on a window sheet and then using a scraggly little paintbrush, and I just drag the paintbrush against the edge of that window sheet, and that really gives me the splatter that I want. Now I am putting a ton on here because a lot of that will be covered up, and it's going to take a minute or a while really to dry. So I'm setting that aside and ink blending another panel. And again, I don't care if it's neat and tidy. It doesn't need to be. I'm going to use this to die cut some trees, but I'm also going to splatter. That rustic wilderness sprayed with water reacts so beautifully. I love it. Now to splatter this one, I have Distress Mica Stain in Tree Lot. Now I know the holiday mica sprays are hard to get or not available, but I hear they will be coming back in the next coming holiday season. So if you missed the chance, get some, and if you got them, use them. They're so beautiful. I love how this turned out. I'm going to set that aside to dry and create the hills for my card. I want these to be snowy, so I have white glitter paper and I'm die cutting it using this hill from the Great Outdoors Slimline die set. You can see what great dies are in there for scene building. I love that die set. I use it a lot. And now I'm creating two exactly the same. So I cut my paper to the same width, which was 1 3/4, and then put the die in the same spot each time. This is the Wonky Wilderness slimline die set. Now most of these dies are going to cut a stitched image into your background, but it also has this die right here, these little dies that cut out trees. I'm going to use those, and because mica takes forever to dry, I like to put a little piece of copy paper there. Otherwise mica can transfer to your cutting plate, and then that could transfer onto something else you don't want mica spray on. So do that so you don't have the same problem I've encountered. I cut a bunch of trees with this, as many as I could fit on that little paper, because I'll just fill up my card with them and it'll be really cute. Really a great addition to my card. All right, for the sentiment, I'm using Versamark ink to stamp out "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas" from that Gnome stamp set with the tractor. I think it's the reason I love this stamp set so much, because I know I'll use this sentiment a lot. So I'm embossing this with white powder on red paper. It's such a great look for Christmas cards. The white just pops off that red and I love it. I am die cutting it with the coordinating die, which look how it bubble cuts around there. Isn't that great? I love that Trinity Stamps has these bubble cut dies. So cool. All right, I am attaching my two background pieces together now that they're dry with that little 1/4 of an inch flap, putting the adhesive on the top side, and a little bit of liquid glue can help if you need to wiggle this around. So stick those together, right, butting the one solid piece right up against the score line, not covering it. And then we have our Z-fold just like that. Isn't that great? Okay, so now it's time to build up our scene. First, we're adding the snowy hills, and one of these pieces will go on that solid side, the side that does not have a score line. The one that does have a score line is going to need to be trimmed in half or cut in half. So I'm using my snips just to snip a little line there so I know where to cut it, and then I'll bring in my paper trimmer and cut that with a nice straight line. Now what you want to do is butt these up against that scored line, not cover it. So this is going to bend a lot more easily than if we added layers on top of that score line. So that's really, really helpful tip for these kinds of cards. Also, we're going to cover that seam with the tractor, so we're not going to be able to tell that that snowy hill is cut apart at all. You will have a little excess to trim off, and then you can see it lines up so beautifully. Okay, now let's add our gnome. You just want to like figure out where you want it to go, then make a mental note of where the glue should go and where it should not go, because part of this will hang off and we want it to be able to move, right? Otherwise, it's not a Z-fold card. So glue that down and make sure you don't have any glue on the back side. And then we can now add our other things. I have my sentiment. I'm cutting apart so I can have half on one side, half on the other, and it's really easy to do with these bubble cut sentiments. I'll glue them in place, and this one is going over a large speck of white acrylic paint snow. I had to really press it down. And then I'll put this one on the other side. I love that you can easily cut these apart and stack them or have a long sentiment for your slimline. And now for the little trees, do you see how they're just making this scene? It adds like some perspective because they're smaller and in the background and tucked behind that little hill. I love that. So I can add these all over to fill in that space on the sides. And then we also are going to want to add some things on the inside. We've got a lot of space in here. So I'm adding some trees there as well. And on the little panel that's behind the tractor, I don't know if you noticed, but when I glued that panel down, I only put glue on the sides and the bottom. That created a little pocket, and I wanted to have room to put my gift card there. That's my hidden gift card pocket. So I put the trees farther down on there, and you can see I can lift that up and tuck my gift card right in that pocket. It's hidden and it's a fun surprise in this card. You could also put money in there, whatever you like. But now we have this giant space that's just got nothing. So I pulled out some other Christmas gnome stamp sets that I have from Trinity Stamps, and I'm going to use them on my card today, but I wanted to show them to you because they're really cute. And if you like that farm one, you're going to love these too. So this one is Let Your Light Shine. I stamped, colored it, die cut it out, added it to the inside, and it adds something really cute. Now, my thought is this gnome is going home from being a decoration to celebrate Christmas with his gnomies, his family. So he had to come home Christmas night while everybody was full and tired and grab a tree, grab some presents, and celebrate on Christmas night. I added some birds here. I thought they were so darling with their little gnome hats. These are from the Holiday Tweets gnome stamp set. And I put one on the gift card with a little glue dot. So much fun. Oh my goodness. I love that I added those extra elements. It just made the card. Okay, we are adding this to a card base that is 8.5 by 3.5. And then I added some double stick tape to that edge that has the flap, just so it had some extra stability. But you really do want to add this to a base, even if it's the same size as the Z fold, because of those connecting points on the back, and it just gives it more sturdiness. All right, I had 2 more trees left. I added that to the inside, but it wasn't quite enough. So I brought in the Comfort and Joy stamp set and stamped me out another gnome. He's going to sit inside with his little candle, and another sentiment on the inside was needed. So this says, Good Tidings of Comfort and Joy. So cute. So now this is the place where you can write your sentiment, and then you have all the fun surprises on the outside with the gift card hiding there and extra gnomes on the inside too. So you can just make this as full as you want, because as if a slimline card isn't enough room, you should add a whole second top layer to have even more stamped images and cute hidden pockets. So if you like this video, I have another Z-fold slimline card you can check out that was like done with the very first stamp sets I ever got from Trinity Stamps. I'm going to link it at the end of this video so you can go check that out. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you'll make one of these cards. That would make me so very happy. So hey, stop by and chat with me in the comments below and let me know if you like this video with a thumbs up. If you're new here, I'd love for you to subscribe because I have new card making and crafting videos all the time. I'll see you all again very soon on the next video. Happy stamping! Bye!